It's Week 11 of the NFL. Coming up, we'll see Kenny Pickett. Solid performance a week ago, throwing for 3 touchdowns. It's the Steelers and the Browns, next on Madden Football.
We are within shouting distance of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as we get set for football on the lakeside here at Cleveland Browns Stadium. Today we've got an interesting Week 11 matchup on tap as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Cleveland Browns. Hi again, everyone. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Browns ball club. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And last weekend, they pulled one out in a very low-scoring affair. It was all about their defense.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Steelers, they've come in on a nice run of recent form. 4 wins out of 5.
And they looked awfully good last week.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports. And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Steelers offense set for their first possession here, and it's Kenny Pickett who will lead the way, the second-year man, Charles, from Pitt.
And if you go by the numbers, he's had a Pro Bowl-type season, and maybe that's even selling him a little bit short. He's the NFL leader in touchdown passes to this point in the year, and with the end of the season not too far away, he's got his guys playing at a very high level.
They turn to Harris to begin the drive, and he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6. Well, this defense for the Browns, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
And one of the key numbers that I look at after every game, total yards allowed. They held them under 200 yards of total offense, just couldn't sustain much of anything against them. Great job showing them different looks and then attacking.
The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
And we're going to see the ball in the air quite a bit here. This is a top 5 passing offense in the NFL. And they certainly like to get everybody involved. So this defense, they're going to have to be able to counterpunch somehow. They couldn't there, and it's an opening drive, first down.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at their 48-yard line.
From the gun, here's Pickett. And that nearly an interception here on this opening drive, but he gets a reprieve. It's 3rd down. Pickett. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
No surprise at all. They're looking for the big man early in this one. The only surprise for them, he couldn't hang on to the pass.
On is the punter man as he boots this one away. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line. Now the Cleveland offense ready to go to work behind the 3-time Pro Bowler Deshaun Watson in his 2nd season now as a Brown, number 7 overall.
So this is where we find out about the game plan and the trust factor, don't we? In this situation, the natural thing is take care of the ball, run it inside, everyone cover it. Just, get yourself some room and let your punter punt it out of there. But when you really got a QB you can trust, you might want to take a little shot early and try to create some space.
Give him 10 yards on the keeper, and it'll lead to a 2nd down.
Well, partner, for a few years there, we thought this read option play was going to take over the whole NFL. It seemed like everyone was using it, but it has been scaled back considerably in the last few seasons, mainly because people are worried about their quarterbacks getting hit. But when you call it at the right time and you use it properly, you see the type of gains you can get. A nice chunk of yardage there by the quarterback. And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. First carry for Nick Chubb. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that
Chubb going to push forward and pick up a Browns first down as they'll take this up close to midfield. Now it's Watson. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. This, the second meeting between these two division rivals. You might recall they met earlier in the year, and it was the visiting Browns who got the victory then, so they'll look for the season sweep here in Cleveland. Now, meanwhile, here's a second down throw that's knocked away and incomplete. 7th play of the drive, forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Back to throw, Watson. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
2nd and 9 now from the 21. Pickett back to throw. And that one almost intercepted. But it's incomplete. He had space in front of him if he had held on. But instead it's 3rd down. Back to throw. Pickett. Can't get away, and he's taken down. He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12. We're scoreless after 1. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 4th down coming up. The Steelers send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. Taking a couple yards shy of midfield. They'll call this a 41-yard punt, 7 on the return. Now the Browns have a short field in front of them now as they take over 1st and 10. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we would be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number 1 in their conference.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
He's got Njoku, his big tight end, but he won't quite make it. He needed 6. He got about 5. 4th down.
If this were baseball, we call this small ball. Instead of pushing it downfield, they throw a short pass trying to pick up the 1st down, but the defense rallies to the football and stops him short, bringing up a 4th down.
Here we go on 4th. Watson. That is caught. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards, and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. Off of play action, it's Watson. Going to throw deep for the end zone. Oh, and that is incomplete.
Similar to a shooter in basketball, just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
Watson looks to throw again. Wide open, Amari Cooper. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That was good for 17 yards, and now they've got it 1st and goal.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. So Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
Watson. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
But there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
To throw is Watson. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now third down.
Incomplete. Brings up 3rd and goal.
Here's Watson. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Elijah Moore, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Browns post the first points of the ball game as they take the lead here in this second quarter. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the 2nd-year quarterback.
Olszewski going to hold on to this one. Touchback. Pittsburgh offense making their way back out. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And got his man complete. A big play that time for Pittsburgh. And even 40 yards.
And this is how you answer a touchdown the other end. You come out throwing to start your own drive. And not just throwing, but pushing it down the field. And they come up with a big play as they try to answer back with a score of their own.
So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. Pickett now from the gun here. It's brought in by Harris. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down. 2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. Here comes 3rd and the length of the football. Dialing up another pass here. Pickett. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Peoples-Jones going to elect not to run this out, and they'll begin at the 25. Cleveland offense making their way out. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
Here's Watson now on 2nd down. This short pass into the hands of Njoku. And he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And he is going to have the Browns first down by about a yard. It's a gain of 5 on 3rd and 4. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
36-yard line.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. To the air yet again, Watson. To the right side, and he's got more complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. The Browns will quickly use their third and final timeout as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Watson on first down. He's going to drop this one down for Chubb. Call it a gain of 3 on the play, and it'll be second down. Here's Watson. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things starting to get interesting in this final weekend before Thanksgiving. The Browns were given a solid performance in that first half from their quarterback, Deshaun Watson. He has a touchdown pass, and that amounted to the only touchdown of the game for either team thus far.
Peoples-Jones going to elect not to run this out, and they'll begin at the 25. So here are the Browns to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well. On 1st and 10, Watson. That's out to Chubb, complete. And he's upended at the 33, following a good pickup of 8.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
To throw on second is Watson. And, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete. After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Now Watson. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have the Browns first down by a couple of yards as they're able to get 4 there on 3rd and 2. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a first. Again, it's Watson. To the left side and complete for Amari Cooper. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6. Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 4.
Second and 4 at the 47-yard line.
Now it's Watson. Looking for and finding Amari Cooper again. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Amari Cooper, 47 yards. As his guys are able to extend their lead. That seemed pretty ideal there for the offense, Charles. You take a little bit of time off the clock here in the 3rd quarter, decent length drive, and you pad your lead as well at the end of it.
And what it does is let you feel like you're in control of this game, even more so than a 2-touchdown lead, right? Because you've taken that time off, as you noted, which means they couldn't get you off the field. You ran your playbook the way you wanted to, and you gave your defense some rest. What a big-time drive in that situation.
Extra point by York is up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 11. Gunnar Olszewski bringing it out. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
3rd quarter action. Appreciate you joining us from Cleveland, Ohio. 2nd and 10. Pickett will look to throw it here. Here's Johnson with a reception. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. But Pickett finding Johnson there. First down, Steelers.
And that's one of the better plays we've seen this offense put together so far. They haven't been able to get on track much at all. But listen, they're only down a couple of scores with the rest of this quarter and the entire fourth remaining, so stranger things have happened.
To the air on first down with Pickett. He gets it complete to Harris. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8. 2nd and 2. Second and a couple.
Yards on the pickup brings up 2nd and 2 at the 43-yard line.
Off the play fake, here's Pickett. Flushed out right. 5 yards on the scramble, and that's enough to pick up the first.
He's been patient this entire game, waiting for the perfect moment to surprise him with a quarterback keeper. There he catches him off guard and converts his first rush of the game into a first down. Gotta love that efficiency.
On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. And his throw here is going to be incomplete. Fair to say, hasn't been his best game throwing the football, but also not getting a lot of help out there either.
Yeah, you nailed it pretty well, you know. He's got to throw it better. Got to get more help. Obviously one that should have been caught. They got to find a way to bring those two elements together so they can make some progress in this one.
They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. Pickett. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Browns shaken up on the play. While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And this punt will go out of bounds. I think it'll be inside the 25, and it will. Right at the 24-yard line is where they'll spot it. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's complete to Peoples-Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Now a first down throw. Watson into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Cole Holcomb. And the Steelers are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one, because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
Meanwhile, Pickett's throw hauled in by Washington. It'll go as a gain of 4, and that will bring up 2nd down. 3 quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Steelers with the football, but trailing here as we get going in quarter number 4. Now Pickett. And the catch made by Johnson. And he's got this down to the 35. That'll put him at 66 receiving yards now for the game, and he's got a first down. Working out of the gun, it's Pickett. A short one there to Freiermuth. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 2nd and 5.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
Pickett right back to the air again. Throw left side, hauled in by Pickens. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. Pickett on 3rd and 1. He's going to get that to his running back out of the backfield. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 15-yard line. It's an 11-yard pickup. Thought they'd run it on 3rd and 1. Not the case. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
A great job defensively taking away his receivers, and he was forced to put that one into Lake Erie, but that's what good quarterbacks do. They don't take unnecessary chances if they don't have to.
Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. Throwing on 3rd down, here's Pickett. And probably the wise decision there. No one open, he just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down. So Pickett is off to the sideline, and Chris Boswell is on for the Steeler field goal try. This will be a 34-yard attempt. Boswell's kick is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get it the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. The Browns drive about to get started. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10. Now a throw here going to be taken in by the tight end, Njoku. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
And this throw incomplete. The defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
He was defended by Patrick Peterson.
To throw is Watson. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. Critical play in this football game, because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely going to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. Pickett leads the Steelers up here with a fresh set of downs at the 34. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's got the hook up downfield to Boykin. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
It's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there. Pickett back to throw. Finding Johnson on the out route. That's complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes. And we've got a 1-score game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. They'll throw again with Pickett. Got an open man, it's Pickens. He takes it to the 15, a nice display of power. That gives him a nice pickup.
That completion helps out in a nice way. Now they can take a little bit more time, but guess what? They've got to make sure on their throws that they see it open, not just anticipate it.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete. So he's unable to complete it there, and just
maybe he can get it back in this situation. He'll need to.
Pickett to throw. That's swung out wide to Harris. And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. Second down, goal to go. Here's Pickett. And this will be caught. Touchdown. So in the final minute here now, a 2-point conversion will tie the game.
The touchdown's massive, but now they've got to have 2 to possibly take this to overtime.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. Now Pickett. And he's got it here for the 2 points, but there is a marker down, so we'll have to see what that's about. Okay, so the penalty on the outside for illegal touching, and they'll have to come back and try it again. Time definitely of the essence now, just under a minute to play, and here we go. And this will be recovered by the Browns hands team, and that should just about write a finish to this one. And that's why you have your hands team out there on the field. Those are the best guys ready to make that play.
And let's face it, it was executed well. It wasn't a bad kick. It wasn't anything like that. Just that the normal outcome actually came to play. Analytics will tell you it's a very low possibility of getting the ball for the team kicking it in an onside kick situation.
You're all about the numbers, aren't you?
All about the numbers, baby. It's a new game now.
They don't lie. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Up the middle, it's Chubb. And he's going to be brought down at about the 33-yard line. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. The Steelers signal for the second of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in the 4th. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. Down to a knee goes Watson, and that should just about do it for this ball game. What a ball game this was. What an atmosphere this was. And the home team getting the late touchdown, getting the victory, and now everybody in this building can file away with smiles on their faces.
And what do real estate people tell us all the time? It's location, location, location. So being at home, that can be a big deal because remember, they were down to their final chance to retake the lead. That home field advantage, I think it helped fuel all of what happened for them down the stretch. A huge win.
So for the Browns, the win is their 8th on the year. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Denver Broncos. Meanwhile, for Pittsburgh, it's a loss that'll drop them back to 500 through 10 games. And they'll try to turn things around next week as they have a matchup in Cincinnati against the Bengals.